Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Sal Travels. Today I am at the San Ysidro and Tijuana border, the California-Mexico border, and I'm showing you guys everything that's going on here during this quarantine and what's open, what's closed, and how different it looks from how it usually looks. So let's get started right away. Right now I'm driving through the San Ysidro outlets, and as you can see, those are closed. There are some cars parked because there's a couple of banks here. But overall, there are very, very little cars, very, very little people. So right now I am on the avenue that will lead me to the first border crossing that we'll see, which is the Chaparral, which is the Ped West is what we call it. I showed you guys in a past video how to cross from there. So there aren't people walking around because there are no people crossing over. So usually you'd be able to cross over in the Ped West border crossing, but as of last week, this border crossing has been closed. So as you'll see very soon, I'm gonna make a right here to show you guys. This is where the bus stop stops and where the Uber pickup is. The outlets are to my right. There's a lot of activity here usually a lot of people coming out of the outlets, into the outlets, from the border crossing into the bus stop. And as you can see now, it's empty. You can see straight ahead there's a border patrol and the border wall. And at the other side of that is obviously Mexico. And right now it is closed. As you can see, there are some officers here turning people away. And that's where you would cross in and out. Completely closed. No people walking around. Nobody at the bus stops. The trolley isn't running. And right now I am going to make a right. And as you can see right straight ahead, that's the parking lot where I showed you guys in the past episode where I usually park. There's about 20 cars in there. Whereas in usual times it would be completely full or almost full. So right now I'm going to travel east to the other border crossing area, which is where there should be, there's parking lots, the Jack in the Boxes there, there's a McDonald's, a couple shops, and some money exchange places. Right here, there are 3 taxi cabs waiting for somebody to get a cab. As you know, taxis are still essential and they're still running. Off to your right here, you can see a couple of parking lots, and there's a money exchange coming up around the corner. And to your left, you'll see another parking lot, and that's where the train passes. And straight ahead, at this red light, straight ahead, you'll see the San Ysidro border crossing. And then the bridge on the right, the pedestrian bridge, that's what leads you to where we just were. And yes, I did just hit that curb. I climbed that curb. Didn't even see it there. But right here on the left is where I will be parking. This is the most expensive parking lot because it's closest to the actual crossing. Right now it is $12 for 8 hours. Usually it's $18 for 8 hours. So I'm going to park here. I'm going to load up my camera, and I'm gonna walk around and see, just to show you guys what's going on out there, if there is any activity at the border crossing, and what people are doing and what they're not doing. Now you have to keep in mind that the social distancing measures and all the rules are in effect for Tijuana as well. Whether they're enforcing them or not, I don't know, but everything that I see right now should be people following the rules. So let's see what's going on. Right now I'm at the corner here by the Burger King. I believe this is San Ysidro Boulevard. Yeah, San Ysidro Boulevard and Camino de la Plaza. So Camino de la Plaza and San Ysidro Boulevard, this corner, if you go straight, you'll hit, I guess, a little downtown area where all the shops usually are. But you can see it's very empty. And this is usually a very busy intersection with the trolleys and a lot of cars picking up and dropping off. And right now I'm gonna cross San Ysidro Boulevard. I'm gonna walk up Camino de la Plaza, and I'm gonna show you guys the pedestrian bridge area, because from there I think you'll be able to get a good view of the cars coming into Mexico and also coming out into the US. Okay, so right here we can get a little peek of cars that are coming from Mexico into the US on the left here. I'm gonna walk a little more. I'm gonna zoom in, not zoom in, but I'm gonna pan over here to show you guys the number of cars that are coming into the US are very, very few, which means that, sorry, I have a little water drop here. Which means that, not a lot of people are going into Mexico, and whoever is crossing in, it's very essential. They're either working in the U.S., live in Mexico, or they went to an appointment or of some sort. But in my opinion, empty is good, because that means people are actually following the social distancing rules and whatnot. Okay, so now I'm at the pedestrian bridge, and I'm going to show you guys. From here, you can see the cars the cars going into Mexico. So usually this is really full with people walking to and from on this bridge. But right now it's just me and this guy. He pulled over really quick to take some pictures as well. As you can see, the number of cars going into Mexico are very, very few. There's three right there, four. Usually every single lane here is just full of cars going in and out. They're just coming into the country. But right now, very few, as you can see. I'm gonna leave this here for a while. And as you can see on the far end there, that red building, that is the infamous Hong Kong Gentlemen's Club. That is Tijuana's red light district. That's just to give you an idea of how close we are to the border of Mexico. It's right there. So from this bridge, you can really see a little bit of Tijuana. This bridge is completely empty. I'm literally the only one walking on it right now. And usually it's packed with people. If you've ever crossed this bridge, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've ever crossed this bridge, you can see how creepy this looks right now. It's really eerie, and it's really strange to see this whole area like this, with very little people. It's a weird time we're living in right now. And just all these, there's no cars on this road either. So it's just a very weird time right now, and I love that I'm able to document this for you guys right now, because we probably won't ever see anything like this again. Something as small as this bridge being empty is, just something so crazy to think about. Behind me, there's nobody. So this is the bridge you would usually take if you were to park a little farther away, and you would walk to this crossing, this border crossing. You would take this pedestrian bridge. You would end up right by the trolley station. Right here there's a good view right here of the cars coming in. These are the cars coming in from Mexico into the U.S. A little bit more than the cars going into Mexico, but still very few. This is where you would see a lot of activity usually, and right now you only see less than 10 cars at a time. And finally, someone's on the bridge other than myself. Just crossed back from Mexico and doing his thing. So as we're headed down the ramp, you can see that the trolley and the buses are still running. Um, Last thing I read was that they are not accepting cash payments because of the situation, and they're also reducing their schedules, both the bus and the trolley trains. So they're reducing their schedules, but they're still running all the same routes. So you'll still be able to ride it. It just wouldn't be as frequent, the number of stops it takes. So for example, every 15 minutes it stops, or 5 minutes, it will be every 15 minutes. So as we're walking here to the border crossing to show you guys what's going on, some of these shops are still open. Notably the money exchange and the little convenience store. As you can see, the buy price is 22 and the sell price is 24 for the money exchange. It's pretty high, given what's going on. And on your right, you're going to see people coming out of the border crossing. So on the right is where people come out from Mexico into the U.S. It's more active than I thought. People are around, people are coming out, people are doing their thing. And right here, you will see the San Ysidro border crossing entry. Right here is where you would keep walking to go into Mexico. It is open. I will not be crossing today because I have no reason to go into Mexico. There's no essential reason for me to go. I don't have a doctor's appointment, or I don't have a job in Mexico, or I don't live in Mexico. They're only allowing people that live, work, or have essential business in Mexico, as well as in the U.S. Obviously, if you're a American citizen, you can come into the U.S., and if you're a Mexican citizen, you can go into Mexico. That's obvious that they'll let you in. But as far as for tourism or go to the beach or anything, no. The beaches are closed. Parks are closed the same way they're closed in the U.S. I'm going to pop into the McDonald's here. I want to show you guys what's going on in there. Dining room is empty. McDonald's is still open. Upstairs is closed. All the shops are closed. So here's the trolley, just so you can see how many people are coming out of the trolley train. 1 to 2 per train. And I I hope that answered all your questions. I hope that took your curiosities out. And I just wanted to show you guys what the border in San Ysidro to Tijuana looks like right now. To answer some questions, can you cross into Mexico? Technically, yes, you can. If you're doing essential business, if you have a doctor's appointment, if you live in Tijuana, or if you're a Mexican citizen. Can you cross back into the U.S. easily? Yes. If you're an American citizen, a resident, or you live in Mexico and work in the U.S. The border is still open, not the Pet West, but the San Ysidro border crossing is open. Do I recommend you cross over? No. Practice safety, stay at home, unless you extremely need to go to Mexico. But just so you guys know, I've documented all this so you guys know that it is open. Should you go? Probably not. So I thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Please subscribe, and everybody stay safe. I don't know any of you who are watching this, but I really hope everybody stays safe so we can keep pumping out videos like this. You can keep taking information that I provide, and hopefully in the future you guys can take this trip as well. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next episode.